All right, this is us, and we're back with Porch Beers. One of our favorite episodes here. We're talking with the three boys, Randy, Joe, Trev. How are we doing today, boys?
First one's always our favorite.
Oh,
First
it's gotta
one,
be. It's gotta be special.
Hey boys, let me get a quick cheers with you fellas. Hey.
Yeah, of course.
Nice little Saturday
Nice.
night. Nice rainy Saturday night.
Oh, it rained all day. I don't imagine it getting any worse than this.
Oh, man.
Actually had the rain delay on the porch beers. We couldn't even go out to the porch today.
Yeah, that kind of ruined our show. You know, you get out there, look at the porch. I think there's 2 inches of standing water on the porch.
I
That's
know.
nice, you know.
We were gonna try and have some nice tiki effect for you guys, but it just didn't work in our favor.
Yep. So here we are in the living room, or in the whatever the fuck this room is. Not bad at that.
Dining room.
It's our podcast room. It's a podcast room.
Podcast room now.
Yeah.
We don't use this one very much.
No, the lights are fucking with me.
Oh, well, boys. Rand, did you have anything good we can maybe dive into?
I want to start out with, what's the worst injury you guys have ever gotten? Whether it be sports related or accidental, or even when you were a kid messing around with the wood stove. What happened? I want to know the story, and if there's any scars to show, I think we'd be more interested.
Absolutely. Well, I guess I can start off because I've been pretty injury prone, a lot of sports, and my body turned out to be not suited as well for it as I think I'd hoped. But actually, my worst one, I could say, even though I've had some lingering ones, is tearing the ACL. Beach volleyball.
Ooh.
Joe Boy knows good of it.
Was it a dive and a save, or was it?
It was going up for a spike. Connected on the hit good, landed, and just felt that like deep snapper that was clearly something that was going to be serious. And coming from someone that's torn a lot of things, broken some bones, I was like, oh no, it's in the knee too, you know. Instantly swelled up, got stiff. Went in, got the MRI, all that stuff, and the doc basically goes, yeah, if you don't have very much of an ACL left in there anymore.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's been a process. It's still not 100% healthy. It's going on 2 years now after surgery, physical therapy, getting back into doing things, more physical therapy. It's still not good.
There's nothing you can do further to make it better?
We're trying. I've been stretching as much as I can. I've been back in the gym. Like I said, went back to physical therapy for a couple more months now, and has been it feels strong. It doesn't feel like that, with something like that, you're worried about it being unstable and, maybe having another injury or whatever to the ligament again. Nothing like that, but it's just really stiff, really sore a lot. So I can play sports, but I don't trust a lot, if that makes sense.
Does it give you nightmares?
It does give me nightmares.
I would imagine. I can't imagine going through something
It does,
like that.
and it's one of those things too that it's just. We were getting into playing volleyball, trying to get up and play a little bit more in the kind of competitive league and stuff, and we were starting to get better, and then to pop that and just lose kind of the ability to play for a couple of years. It's been, it's a good time of year. Get outside, have some beers. Get out in the sun, see all the people and stuff. I've been missing out on that. So it's kind of like a two-way thing. It sucks because my knee's still bugging me, but I'm also missing out on something I like to do. So that's my worst one, I'd say, pretty safely.
When he went up, he was coming in. We played against one of the better teams, I would say the A-League team. These guys have run the league for years. They're really good. We had a good game. I think it's like 17-18 game. Trevor's playing good. He's digging everything out of the back. And when he went up, you could hear, I'm sure everyone heard it. And he come back down, he didn't know. Someone landed behind me. Did I land on someone's leg? What did I hit? I'm like, I think it just went.
Yeah, because I was wondering too if like someone's like foot or something had kicked me or whatever, and that was what that snap was that I felt, but nope.
It was nuts. And then, so like for a while, he felt like it was a fluke. Like he sat on the bench, he's like, well, it'll just stretch out, I'll be back in. Like, someone sub in, I'll be in the next game, we'll just run. It was a perfect day out. It was like, best weather, everything you need, and fucking, I don't know. Like after that, you just sat there until like 9:30 at night, and it never got better.
No.
To the point where we almost carried you to the truck.
Yeah, it was just icing and drinking beers, and it was at that point I was like, oh man, this is probably a little bit more serious than just a little, minor thing or whatever.
I was gonna say this isn't, this isn't like an injury that you can walk on, right? This is like something that
I was just like sat on the bench, elevated.
But it seems like you took it pretty well. I mean, no tears, no.
No, I took it like a real man.
Fucked up our football schedule.
Yeah, I know it hurt my ego a lot worse than it hurt me. But
tickets to the Michigan game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Jeez, the Michigan
Oh yeah,
game,
we had.
can you imagine?
And that was the other triple whammy. Was we had tickets to the Michigan State game. We're all big Michigan fans. And we've been trying to get to go to one of those big rivalry games for a while. So we finally popped on the tickets, decent seats. Night game. I'd never been to a big rivalry game. Some of the other boys have been to some of the big ones, and, like the Michigan Notre Dame or, some Michigan State. I hadn't myself, so I was really looking forward to it. So that sucked too.
No, we had tickets. It was a night game. Everything was set up in the big house. Michigan finally kind of put together a team. We had our quarterback. We had everything we wanted. And you got your surgery scheduled for what? That Monday after the game or before that? You might have already been post-op.
It might have been, I think it was post.
So, Michigan's a little more old school. There's not exactly, they have some handicap stuff. But to get him up, and we were like row 89, up in the end zone.
And I would have been on all the games.
And there's no bad seat, but for a crippled fellow that just had surgery, it's like
on all the painkillers, trying to navigate it, and now they're on crutches.
Getting fucked up, like you get all drunk, and so.
Well, shit, he probably would have been able to walk after the game. According to you guys,
PPRDD.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that messed up kind of the fall, and I think it was in late August. I'm pretty sure you went down in late August.
Yeah, it took a while to get
right before the playoffs too. And we had a team.
Yeah.
I think did we play the playoffs without you? We had to.
Yeah.
So. And we had a team, we were pushing for first place. Like, we had all the things going for us. We just dialed everything in.
That was the me, you, and Cam year, right?
Yep.
Me, you, Cam, and Ash. Yeah,
and our girl was solid.
Wow.
Everything was working. Trevor probably having the best year of volleyball we had. And then just...
So how many years ago was this?
That was in August of 2022.
Yeah, 2022.
Almost good. So just a couple years ago.
We had that crazy game in 21 in East Lansing where we drank here at the house. And it was like Halloween weekend. And we started in the morning.
In the season.
October 30th,
They're around Halloween, yeah.
So like everyone at the bar celebrating Halloween. They're all dressed up. We got together here and we did vodka in the morning. Did we do Bloody Marys?
Oh yeah.
So like 7:30 started it off, and we were pre-gaming pretty good. Things were going well, but by I think second quarter I was on my second fifth, and I was getting pretty bagged up. The game started to turn sour. By like the third quarter, I'd smashed a Busch Light bottle in the living room, like getting pretty upset. Oh yeah.
Talk about a pregame here.
The pregame carried into like 1 a.m. at the sneakers in town here, the dance club of Alpena, staggering by the door, just like. And then Ed, he at the time was like one of my managers. He's like, I guess just be at work in the morning. I'm like, yeah, I'll be there. Smashed 2 beer bottles, broke my phone in half. It still worked, but it was like 85-degree angle on that thing. Just wrecked, it was like...
Yeah, he did a little stress test on the good old iPhone machine there.
He didn't pass, eh?
No, I don't think the Apple engineers ever tested one out like that, but he got her in the crumple zone.
Should have done a commercial.
She wasn't ready for the 7:30 a.m. Bloody Marys, so we'll put it that way.
No. Yeah, but it was a bad day to beat some Tito's vodka, just like it is today, actually. Yeah. Because me and Joey were ripping through vodkas. But at that point, like he said, because it was getting so bad, it was straight vodka, no mixer at that point.
We had this goofy fucking pregame thing. We'd play Dead Ops, that old arcade style on the Call of Duty.
Of course.
So you would do that, you'd set it up to be a 2-player. It was usually me and my buddy TJ. Trevor would be a great supporter, he'd sit back and watch. And I think we each had probably 6 beers getting into that, because it takes, you can get into like 30 rounds before it gets intense. And then went back to the vodka after that, got set up, took care of ordering food or cooking or whatever we did. And before you know it, it was just blackout city. Just
at halftime.
Bad.
Already just
you could just feel the tide turning in the game, and you're just like, and then took to Facebook to just like, I just got just messy on Facebook, saying stuff that didn't need to be said.
Just to hash out, everything you could think of. Didn't even have to be with football. Just,
whatever bothered Joe that day when it came out online.
No filter.
Oh, yeah, I told Riley I was going to punch him in the nose. Yeah, because he's a Spartan fan. He got going. I said, "I'll break your nose." I got all mad and like to the point where he was calling like the other guys, like asking if I was okay. I'm like, he's fine. He just loves football and like
All right, dog.
vodka.
Come
Oh,
on.
yeah,
Right, the nicest guy in town. You're like, oh man, it's like,
It's like puncture choke in the nose. You
Dude.
can't be doing
oh
that.
my god, that should be a criminal offense. Like, that guy's a saint.
Locked up for 25 to life for doing something like that.
He's only got
No
3
possibility
left.
of parole.
Poor
So-
Chuck.
We'll move on to Joe. Joe, worst injury ever occurred?
No bone broken, stitches. That's it. Literally the most.
So do you think like if you were stranded out in the desert, you'd be like the first one to kick the bucket since you've never had to go through?
Man, that's not
the
some
pain of,
juju I thought someone would put on me today.
Well, I'm not trying to
No.
put it on you. I'm just
I-
saying, do you think you'd be like the first one to die in a
I
crazy situation then since
I
you
think-
haven't went through the pain?
I've done some stupid stuff too, like I've landed weird on it at like work or different places. I'm like, it's not gonna happen to me. It'll never happen to me. Like, knock on wood, I just can't do it. It won't break. Like the way I flail around playing volleyball, I don't know. And who knows? Now Tuesday, I'm gonna break this sucker. I'm gonna send you a picture, and it's gonna be snapped in half.
Yeah, I like how you use the word flail.
And maybe that's
Oh,
why
yeah.
you don't ever get hurt because you flail. You know, there's not a lot of tension
Yeah.
in there. You know, very loose.
The best when we did the tuck and roll thing for the fire trailer, like A+. Oh yeah,
Oh,
it was just
perfect.
rolling through there, dude. There was no smoke that could touch me. But I've had stitches. When I was like 9 or 10, I did my sports physical, and I go into the doctor, and the nurse is a sweetheart. And you can tell she's like a cold sweat going. And it's like an August morning. You get ready for football season, and she's kind of got a wobble to her. She's like, "Okay, well, we're gonna do your eye test." And I go in there, and I'm lined up, and she starts to bob and weave real good like this, and then hits the deck, takes a tray of tools with her, scalpels flying everywhere. I don't know if there's a scalpel on there, but I mean, just for cinematic.
Yeah,
We get in there, she hits the deck and starts to have a seizure, and I'm like traumatized. So at this point, I can't go to doctors. I can't even see hospitals. Like, that trips me out. So when I was like a year older, I got a hold of my uncle's shotgun, and I thought I was going squirrel hunting. Well, I put that sucker up above my shoulder because the gun was too big, and it come back and opened me up. And it ended up being like 7 stitches while I refused to go to the doctor. So my mom drives up and down the road and finds a horse doctor.
A vet,
Yep.
a veterinarian.
They actually considered this dude a horse doctor. They call him a
So
veterinarian.
this is like some voodoo.
This
type
dude,
stuff.
that's what
This isn't a vet. This is a voodoo.
No, this
station.
dude had a license. He went to school with Dr. Kevorkian. Oh, do you know who Dr. Kevorkian is?
I've never heard of the
Well,
name.
there's a
no.
nice lawsuit
Sounds
on
like
it.
it sounds like a character from a sci-fi movie.
Check him out. He was like big, like federal case. He was the assisted suicide guy. Like if you were sick, he would help you
Oh yeah.
take that step through
So
medicine.
you went to this guy for stitches?
This was his maybe his roommate in college. He stitched,
He was just.
he stitched me up on his washing machine. I felt way better than going to that doctor. So here I am, farmhouse, horse in the yard eating hay, going, "Rah," just doing, or maybe it was a goat. I don't know. But
I don't know what makes that sound. It wasn't an animal I'm aware of.
well, maybe I was a little delirious.
Dr. Kevorkian was operating on it, you know.
Had a little blood loss there.
So I got stitched up there, and I had the bone doctor in town come over to my. You remember the bone doctor? His kid played on my football team, and he come out and took the stitches out. And from that point, I haven't been to the doctor. I haven't broke a bone. Like I said, knock on wood, but been pretty lucky.
That's pretty good.
I took one bad hit my freshman year in football, strained my knee really bad, refused to go to the doctor, so I never had a slip that said I had.
So this girl having this seizure definitely scared you for
Oh,
life.
forever. They call it white coat syndrome. I cannot go to the doctor. Like I no like when you get into your middle age where you gotta get your your
Colonoscopy and
no,
all that
no,
good
no,
jazz.
none of that.
Never gonna
Skipping
happen.
all that.
Call me Amish. It was just when the good Lord calls, that's it, man. I'm it.
Oh
But
my god.
so I'm dead set on it too. Like the dentist, I'm cool with. I like that. I'm all right with that. I'm telling you, even when I go up to the gym, my gym's at the hospital. I go up there and it's like, man, if I go past this line, it's no longer the gym. My heart rate just starts to go. Oh yeah, like dude, I
I
can't.
mean,
like,
I guess if you gotta have a disease, that's going to happen.
Oh
Hey, the
my
white coat
gosh.
syndrome. I mean,
I can't. Like I just picture that poor girl just like on the floor.
Oh.
It looked like a Michael Jackson video. I'm like,
oh
God.
no, not a Michael Jackson
Oh.
video.
was terrifying.
Yeah, like you can't even go just get like a checkup because they'll get your blood pressure going. They'll probably think you got all kinds of problems.
Yeah, we
Just
got
going in there.
206 over 180 here. We got somebody crashing.
Man.
Oh boy.
All right, Rand. Well, what about you, sir?
Well,
What's your worst?
There's a couple that come to mind. Worst one was probably when I was a kid. I tried to play football on black ice on a basketball court at Wilson School. And I got hit by a kid that was bigger than me, which obviously, I shouldn't be against kids that are bigger than me. I'm usually not that kid. Go ahead.
I went to that school.
You went to that school?
They have like 8 fields. What made you decide?
It's all around farmers' fields, and we could have been anywhere.
There's
but
huge fields.
we decided to play on the blacktop.
That school is so big we had goats. Like,
Oh yeah,
School
class pets.
guys on your own, making your own produce there.
blacktop football.
Yeah, and for some odd reason we decided to play on blacktop.
Oh, yeah.
And I got hit and I got taken, and I fell back and I went to catch myself with my arms, which everybody knows
That's
wrestling or football.
The
you
catch
never
is
try to
worse.
catch yourself.
But it's a natural
It's
reaction.
a
It's so
natural
hard to
reaction
stop
for
it.
somebody that doesn't know anything about it.
Yeah.
I went to catch myself and I fell on my thumb. I put my hand behind me like this,
No.
and I fractured my thumb. I split the bone on my thumb.
Oh, brother.
And that hurt really, really bad. And I just remember going, and I ripped my gloves. And they were brand new gloves, and my parents just bought me. I'm like,
Oh.
man, my parents
like
are
the Columbia gloves or something?
Yeah, like
Oh, so nice.
Yeah, like
man.
snowmobile gloves.
Yeah,
like, really.
yeah.
I'm like, man, all I kept thinking is my parents would be pissed. And I took them off, and my thumb was like right black. And I'm like, this is not good. Something didn't happen right. And so I went home and I kept trying to hide it. And I'm like trying to eat at the dinner table, and my thumb was hurting so bad. And I'm trying to eat, and I'm like, man, this just isn't eating right. And my mom knows right away that I couldn't pick up a fork. And I'm trying to hold it like between my, my
chopsticks?
index and middle finger. And she goes, what did you do with your thumb? And I'm like, I was playing football like I wasn't supposed to. And
I ripped the gloves, okay?
yeah, gloves were ripped. And so, that was a hospital trip and a good cast for a while. But
yeah, nice splint.
yeah, other than that, I mean, I've been pretty lucky. That's the only bone that's been fractured. I remember one time at Long Lake, my grandparents had a lake lot. And this guy was hitting golf balls like a couple of lots over. We were trying to dive down and get them.
Snag them, yeah.
And I got a zebra muscle across the leg. Right on 4th of July.
Man, I've never got to see anybody that's got dinged by one, but I know that.
It opened me up for about 6 or 7 stitches. The worst part was we were in the hospital for probably 5 hours. Nothing against opening the hospital, but I had a towel around my leg for like 5 hours waiting to get in.
Oh,
and my God, I don't imagine how much blood I lost just through that wound. But yeah, it was something else. And finally got stitched up and got out of there.
Yeah.
And I was acting like I couldn't walk. Like I was keeping it like completely straight, like limping out. My dad's like, you can walk, like you bend it a little bit. And I was like, nope, like all stiff-legged. But as soon as we get to the truck, I bend it like right to a 90 to try and jump in the backseat of the truck. And my dad's like, whoa, 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 whoa. And then I got her straightened out. I was like, I didn't break nothing, which I'm glad. But yeah, I still got the scar to show for it. So no more diving for golf balls.
No doubt.
No golf balls.
So, I mean, what you've explained to me here is you're the second to go in the desert then. Because, I mean,
Yeah, I would be second place in the
Trevor's going the distance.
Oh,
I mean,
he's definitely.
shoulder surgery,
He's on the
knee
mountain.
injuries.
He's got it covered. I'm definitely not one to take many injuries.
I would say a part of that too is like what you put yourself into. Other than like sports, like the kids that are going down the crazy hills on their bikes when they're little and all that. I was kind of a chicken shit. I'm not doing that. I got a pair of rollerblades I was pretty sick on. I went down the big ramp.
Oh, you were that kid.
yeah.
You were the kid with the rollerblades.
Yeah,
the
but
rich kid.
I had to get the grind plate on it. Thought
Not
it was
even with the
cool.
little stoppers on there, hey? Just the straight up
No,
blades.
the aggressive ones.
Yeah.
You'd have to look it up, but they got the grind plate in the middle. Now looking back at it, I look like a little dork down there with like your Jinko jeans and your roller blades. Like,
Oh, man, that phase.
Oh yeah.
That floppy belt.
Yeah.
that
Oh,
was
yeah.
Like, all the way down.
Pre 9/11 life was different, you know.
Rocking some South Pole down to the skate park.
yeah.
Some Etnies.
Like, get in the car. We're going to J.C. Penney's for shopping.
Next thing I figured we'd talk about was the best vacation we've been on, whether it's been the most relaxing, most expensive, or just best overall experience, or one that you'd be willing to go on with somebody else, or a lady lover, or your next next big thing. So, what do you think, Trev? What's the best one you've been on or would want to go on?
Oh, wow. Oh, man, a lot of ways we could go with this. It's tough because just thinking of like, you know, a couple good vacations where a lot of the boys have been on that have been a good time, and maybe not like the the best location wise or anything, but just like the memory's really good. Or like, so I'm gonna stick with just like location wise, best vacation. I've been location wise because I'm sure we'll get into some of the good old memories on some of the boys trips and stuff as we go through. But yeah, location wise, Maui.
Nice.
Maui. So more boys trip than family trip was better. For you personally.
Yeah,
memory-wise,
for memory-wise, yeah, for sure. Because we've got to do some cool stuff. We've got to do Nashville with the boys, which was pretty sweet.
Oh yeah, that's always
and that whole shit show, if you want to call it that. But oh man, so much fun going all the music and all that stuff. But yeah, I'll like I said, I'll save some of those for another one and stick with just Maui, dude. Hawaii is freaking gorgeous. Lucky because didn't have to pay for lodging. My uncle lives out there. Yeah, so that's nice. That's nice. He's wanted everyone to come out and visit him and all that stuff. He's from the area. He's obviously my mom's older brother.
Okay.
He moved out there a while back and
military, right?
Yeah. He was an awesome dude. Green Beret.
Wow.
Yeah, sick dude. Talk
Action.
about like spontaneous people. Man, if he's ever up, I'd love to get him on to come talk about some of his stories, dude.
Oh,
He's not only just from how cool he was with all his military stuff, he was like one of the head up PR guys for the band Kiss. I'm not even lying to you. He worked with Kiss.
Well, Uncle from Maui, if you're listening, we'd love to have you on. I definitely
That's
love to
just
hear
one
about
of the
that.
things. He was a park ranger out at the Zion National Park, Grand Canyon. Like, dude's been everywhere, done all this cool stuff, and he just
not
ended
to
up
veer
living in
off.
Maui.
Give me something good from that.
From
Like Kiss.
From Kiss.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Like I want to know like what he see. What can he disclose?
Right,
Like,
that's what I'm
some
wondering
stuff
right now
like-
because I was just thinking of some of the
Man.
stories that he told that
Yeah.
like I don't know if I should tell.
For those of you that don't know, I mean, you must be living on a rock, but it's debatably one of the greatest rock groups to ever perform.
Yeah,
Gotta be a party or two,
dude.
Maybe
Yeah, well, so I guess I could say the nice thing was he wasn't like a super into the party scene. Obviously, I mean he had
He's
beers
seen
and
enough
stuff like
shit.
that. Yeah. But obviously some of those guys they as rockers do, they were pretty into party and all that good stuff. And he said they always respected him for that. They never tried to drag him in
That's cool.
and get him up late hours doing whatever they were up to and all that stuff. They never kind of forced it on him. So I thought that was pretty sweet. I could imagine a lot of rockers would just kind of everybody in their atmosphere kind of does what they do or whatever. He's got all these signed records from them and all kinds of stuff. Dude, he's a legend. Actually, he's way cooler than I can hope to be.
I wonder like what he's seen like.
Man.
The women in and out of there and just the craziness and like,
dude.
Or the people he's had to kick out.
Right.
Just doped right up, like probably in the hallways, just trying to talk to Kiss or
I know.
that'd be nuts. Like,
I know, dude.
So he was a roadie or security?
No, not either of those things. But he probably could have operated as their security. I'm sure.
I'm thinking Green Beret. I'm thinking he's got to be some sort of security.
Just
detail.
look at people and I'm going to shut them down. But yeah, no, he was like up in their, like I said, in their PR department or something. He helped I don't know if he was like helping to do presser stuff with them, help them work on getting gigs and that kind of thing.
I feel like
all that kind of stuff.
that has to help him stay away from that late.
Right,
night.
because he was kind of like part of the cleaner side of the band, probably,
yeah.
where you kind of have to have your shit together.
Yeah.
You're kind of out there, maybe saying things.
That
doing
wouldn't
stuff
be the
like
part for me, man. I'd be right in there, like.
Somebody wants to be the bus driver.
You
he
have
wants to be there.
Yeah. No, I don't even want to drive the bus. I want to be
I want it all.
man. Get me in the middle. I want to go all the places and meet all the people.
All the stuff.
Oh,
dude,
yeah.
hang out
Oh,
all
yeah.
the after parties.
Oh, dude,
shake
yeah.
all the hands. Do whatever.
That would be.
So,
that's what I'm saying. I could always imagine, dude, getting around in that atmosphere would be so hard to not get dragged into that.
And then
stuff.
you just find out they're real people, and you're like, okay, like now we're vibing on like a regular, normal level. We have some kind of rapport. Now let's party. Like, let me show you what we enjoy.
Yeah.
Because like sometimes you get caught up in like we're from Alpena, like we don't do much up here, but we drink a lot of beer, and honestly, the funnest people I know. So
Yeah.
I mean, we have something to contribute to that. Those guys might go at a level that I don't.
They all gas, no
Oh,
brakes in
man.
that machine. Or if there were brakes, they never replaced the brake pads.
Never touched.
Never
Hardly
touched.
used.
As we say, they're all American.
Yeah.
That actually, them and Corn, my uncle's two favorites. My
Mhm.
Uncle Paul loved them.
K-bands.
Oh
really,
yeah,
really big
and I'm
into
like,
K-bands.
he was always like
Four-letter
that
words.
tender uncle, like great uncle. Like, you like to party.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
You just
I was too young to understand that, but I'm
That-
like, all right.
Yeah.
Like now I listen to the music, you understand that, like rockers. I'm like, okay, you drink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh yeah, dude,
Yeah.
for sure.
That would be a good time to hang out. Like if you could hang out with like one or two bands, that would
Oh.
that would definitely have to be up on your list.
Mm-hmm.
Would you even say like, I mean, what? Okay, like quick topic. Which one would you like to hang out with the most?
Like
It's
band
gotta
wise.
be-
Yeah.
Oh, band wise?
I got a lame answer. My answer is kind of lame. Like, well, maybe it's not lame. I don't
Can I try
know.
to guess?
What do you
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Go ahead. He's family.
It's gotta be
Yeah,
Pearl Jam.
well,
Nope.
No.
I would. I don't know anything about them, honestly.
like little Bobby.
Oh, Bob Seger.
Little Bobby?
Oh, yeah.
Bob C.
Bobby
Yeah, his
C.
family. He's like my third cousin. I'm like,
Oh,
dude,
yeah.
and before his saxophone player died, I would love to just have a beer and maybe a cigar and listen to that saxophone play.
Man, I was just imagining because I was so sad when you guys went to the Bob concert that I
Oh.
didn't get to go with you.
Oh,
but I
man.
imagine you were just bricked up down there at the Bob
we
Seger
found
concert.
this. We got a mediocre hotel. Everything was good, and we got beers early. We were down in it's Pine Knob now. I mean, you know where that's at. Whatever the venue was called a couple years
Oh,
ago.
they changed it, and then
Yeah.
they changed it back to Pine Knob.
Pine Knob is what it's called, and
yeah.
then what it originally was called, which is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And we got there really early. And we started drinking. We took our buddy's dad with us too, and I've never seen him drink, so that was kind of cool.
Oh yeah.
He found a party bus where the guy would supply beer. So mistake number
That's
one.
a top tier.
That's a
party
mistake.
bus.
When they tell you, they're going to supply beer, you expect like they're going to come with a caliber that you're used to,
Right.
like racks of whatever they're choosing.
Yeah.
They had 24 packs of Bud Light. So we get on the bus. We had to hoard the cooler. There was like probably 30 people on there. Each person had like a beer, and then we took care of the rest. Like within like 20 minutes
Yeah.
in, we're like, oh.
Well, you guys had
Dude,
some
we're
real.
out.
You
We're
guys
on
had
beer.
some real heavy hitters down on that trip
Oh,
too.
yeah,
It was
dude,
a good starting
that was
lineup
awesome.
down there.
By the time, we ended up, before I knew it, we got through the whole concert. I had just gotten off the boat. Like, I come home, I've padded my wallet thinking about this. And I'm like, well, I want everyone that is free that weekend, I want to take my friends. So I got 2 hotel rooms and then invited whoever I got and got the tickets. I said, if you guys can make it, pay me whatever you can, and let's go. So we get down there, and like I said, kind of underwhelming with the amount of beer they put on the party bus. So they stop at this place, and it's actually like the Pistons bar down there. It's like Shooters or something.
Mm-hmm.
Man, you'd have to double check that. But it's like in Auburn Hills, I believe.
Yeah.
And so we get in there, and we start doing shots. Like now we got to rev it up, because these guys have really kind of just blown it on the amount of beer. By the time we get to the concert, we've overdone it. I was like, all right.
So we
went from,
completely
like,
slingshot.
Oh yeah, first gear, full throttle, fucking skip everything in between, and just hammer down.
just
And
hit
get
the
there.
afterburners.
We started. I think I went to like too hard or something heavy. I'm like, I don't need no food
That's
today.
an aggressive
I don't
move
need
after
nothing.
drinking a lot of Bud Lights and
Oh
stuff.
my god, they had like Michelob or something. Just pick
Oh,
something
yeah.
light, brother. It was like 90 degrees out, and that dude with the saxophone light up, and it's like I just sat there on the hillside, just happy.
Yeah.
And I remember this is like 2019 or something. Michigan's in the trenches with Ohio State, and this dude's got OSU on his hat. He's got like a little pennant of a Buckeye this, everything, and he's coming through, and I'm like, hey, go blue. And he doesn't even give me a response. He goes, ha, and walks away. I want, if I ever see him again, or if he happens to listen to this, we're 3-1, buddy, since you said that little ignorant little giggle.
Just for those of you that don't know,
Oh,
look at what he's wearing right now. All right, he is huge on.
That's
the
all I
blue.
have.
One of
That's
the-
all I know.
One of the biggest Wolverine faithfuls
Oh yeah.
that this world
Oh,
has
yeah.
seen in
Like,
a while.
And someday, I assume, kind of like your uncle with Kiss, I'll be invited to run security, or at least hang out with the team, right? I mean, maybe
I
Wish Foundation, whatever it be, I want it, you know?
So everybody blow this up so Joe can live his dream. Go and beat the entire team, be in the locker room during halftime.
Please share this on every platform.
Preferably against someone easy so I don't mess up the mojo.
Make sure this gets to the head coach because we need him in the halftime room because he wants to
man.
talk. He wants to know what's going on.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that would. You guys don't even know that would probably make Joe cry before he heads out to the field again. But speaking of seeing fans in funny spots, I used to work on the road as a traveling millwright. I was not very good at my job, but you know, I was there. I was making the money. And,
I'm so curious to get to know you better because I don't know a ton about your.
Yeah,
so this is the fun stuff I've been waiting for.
So back when I used to travel the road, I used to roll my very good friend, and we were working in Wyoming at the time, and we head up and we're watching. I think it's the Broncos or the Cowboys, Wyoming College. I don't know if they're D1 or D2 or what it is, but they were.
Those assholes lost me a 10-leg parlay last year.
I want to say it's the Cowboys.
Oh,
yeah, it is.
Assholes were
Is that D1 school?
Yeah, that's cool though.
Is that
Have you
D1?
seen the
It
back
is
of
D1.
their stadium?
Yeah,
Cool.
I mean, we bought a ton of merch. I mean,
Did you say they're like the Buffaloes or Cowboys? Yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
So does the Cowboys.
They're on
Cowboys,
like a bucking horse.
Yeah.
They're very good. I would imagine they're Cowboys.
Yeah.
And so we go to this game, and I mean, dude, it's like wintertime. And I don't know if you guys know Wyoming, but it's always wintertime there. So cold.
All I
cold,
know
cold,
of Wyoming is
cold.
what I see on the Weather Channel, and it always looks like it's -10.
Oh, yeah.
I just picture
Always.
Yellowstone.
Yeah, dude.
So
yeah, no doubt.
we're out there full bibs, work clothes, and my friend that I traveled the road with was a big Michigan State fan. Nothing against him, but I think you could pick a better team to root for. Just a little jab,
But so true.
we're sitting there, and of course, we're both from Michigan, so I gotta rep my friend there. So we're sitting there, and he's in full Michigan State gear, and here comes this guy in nothing but Michigan blue, walking up, and he goes, "How far do I have to go to get away from you people?" Because we're all the way out in middle of Wyoming. And
You're gonna have
here's
to leave the country,
one
brother.
Michigan fan.
There's Michigan fans everywhere.
That's what we said. How far do we go to get away from the rest of the Michigan people?
Well,
So I guess we'll have to keep going further west.
dude, you know what? This is a good full circle moment because when I was talking about that Maui vacation, first place I went to go get lunch when we got to Maui. Two people were sitting at this table, this local little sandwich shop or whatever, and this isn't even in the touristy side of Maui. It's kind of over one of the more local towns. Obviously, we're staying at my uncle's place, so we're over there away from all the resorts, yada yada. First people we sit down at lunch with, a couple in Michigan Wolverines hoodies. Like, dude, they're everywhere. They're everywhere.
I think it's known that they are the most worldly, organized.
They have to be
For
because you just.
for good reason. They are a very good team. They are top 10 almost
If you're
every
gonna
year.
put your allegiance with someone,
And it's not just football. It's like
easy to
they're
root
medical.
for.
They're medical, like for children and everything. Like the good
yeah.
things in this world,
Yeah.
arguably come out
yeah.
of that university. They do a lot of research. Hell, I mean, we've had a president. We've arguably
Astronauts
put people
or
in
something.
space.
Yeah, for sure.
Darth Vader is a Michigan alumni. Like, come on, dude. James Earl Jones.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's a good
That is-
fact to know.
And
That's-
Anakin Skywalker, I
Oh.
believe, too, was it?
Really? Oh yeah.
That's where he gets the heavy breathing problems.
Later in life. Oh yeah, when we went to Faster Horses, the first ones they had to try and knock it out of the park, and we wheel in there and we get set up. There's like a series of 7 campgrounds you have to pick. We got the one with full water hookup, good bathrooms, and the trolley system that takes you in and out of the actual concert venue was
Okay.
really nice. We pull in and this dude pulls up in a $400,000 motorhome, beautiful, state of the art. Just rolled this thing off the showroom.
What are you guys in? A little pop-up camper?
We had the little Winnebago,
Classic.
imagine that thing off of Super Troopers. That was what we had. Not
Alright.
bad, not good. Air conditioning,
Not great, not terrible.
great quote. We wheel in there and we haven't brought any food, all booze, this is what we're gonna do for what Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday,
Oh,
Monday,
yeah.
and
What do we have, like a 60-pack of hot dogs and some burgers?
never touched them. We cooked them one morning and we left them in the hot sun. We're like, well, we can't eat those. So
No.
we had Bloody Marys for breakfast and maybe a thing of nachos a day at the actual concert.
Oh yeah.
But Thursday night we get in there and I told the guys, I said, you guys drink, I'll drive on the way down. So I had catching up to do. I pull in, and as you do in the Midwest, you guide other people in. We're guiding this guy in this beautiful motorhome in. And he gets out and he's Buckeye red and everything. And I'm like, huh. Coolest guy in the world. And I will say this every time. It's like the only thing that we don't match with those guys is who we root for on Saturdays.
Right.
And we start mingling with him. He takes us inside. He's got this custom-made beer pong table.
Oh my god, it was
Just a slew of like,
dude.
It was the sickest RV I think I've ever been in.
oh man, it had you had like leather, just interior everything.
Oh, yeah.
Flat screen. I mean,
Clean
this
as
is
can
old,
be.
this is long enough flat screen. We were still watching tube TVs, my man. Like,
Oh,
this is a
yeah.
while ago. Like,
Oh yeah, dude. Everything was just clean.
and I think we all had Michigan.
This guy was
beer.
giving
Most
us.
places
This
we
guy
had.
was giving us whiskey, drinks, and
Oh,
just
yeah.
all kinds. Just the coolest
Like,
dude.
Here's a glass of Blanton's. We're over there with like Red Dog, like ham special
Yeah.
light. Like,
We're
sir,
like-
we're not the same.
Did you give them a tour of the Winnebago just
Oh,
to
yeah.
be like, yeah,
This is what we're working with.
Yeah. You ever seen something like this?
You want to catch herpes and have a ham sandwich? Like, no, I'm good. But so he gets, obviously, as they do, is like, oh, this is what I do. You know, he's like an engineer doing this and that. And he says, I have to show you something. And instead of like a normal guy where you'd like pull a drawer open or like cover something like with a curtain, he pushes a button and this thing opens up. It goes, zzz, and it's got like all these signed memorabilia. And the one football is Bo Schembechler on it. But it was from his days at OSU, and I'm like, this is sick. Well, that night, as he got drunker, he says, I like you guys, and you could take this football home with you. And I'm thinking, dude, this would just make my world. Like, Bo Schembechler was, he's our Mount Rushmore
so
guy.
explain that to me. I'm not a huge college football historian here.
Yeah.
Michigan,
What does that mean?
like, as Michigan went through history, you know, the rivalry's gone up and down.
Right.
They have Woody Hayes,
Okay.
historic coach, and he was kicking our shorts. He was just beating us up and down. We pull a guy in from Youngstown.
Mm-hmm.
He makes his way to
Yeah.
Columbus. He was under Woody and then comes to Ann Arbor. Everyone's like,
Oh, yeah.
who is this guy? You know, he's a sturdy son of Ohio.
Oh yeah.
Boom. Now he's coaching at Michigan. Brings in all the tradition that we know today.
Yeah.
And this dude rolls.
A lot of the quotes and stuff you hear, Randy, you know, in
Yeah,
the
team,
broadcasts and
the
stuff,
team.
they play a lot of
Oh,
his
yeah.
stuff, and you know,
Yeah.
and the stuff you see around the stadium and all that's a lot of Bo.
Like my first paper in English in like 6th grade was on like a Michigan football game, the Snow Bowl,
Mm-hmm.
and the Michigan kicked it like 40 times. They punted it. We won like 6-0 on like a fumbled punt.
On like technicality, they had to give
Yeah.
somebody points, so
Yeah, like-
they gave
like-
Michigan some.
Hand in a tie.
And we don't want to keep watching this anymore.
3 fans died of like
Hypothermia.
yeah, frostbite up and down. You know, it's like, but so he wheels in and he beats them in their first year, and they said that Ohio State, the only team worth watching was when the defense scrimmaged the offense
Yeah.
on full padded practice. Like, that's how good that team was.
Mm-hmm.
Bo wheels in and beats him with this Michigan team. This dude's got an autographed football, and I'm looking at that and I'm like, oh, like my first
As
kid
you-
would be named Bo. My dog would be named Bo. Like, that's the stuff of stars for me. Like, that's my shit.
So if you had to put a price tag on it, what do you think something
Oh.
like that would be?
Oh, I don't know. I
I mean,
have no
obviously it'd be
idea.
priceless to you.
I would think so.
Right.
But I mean, what you
But
know?
like for like sports collectors
Yeah,
and
I
stuff,
don't
like
know.
if it was in decent
Yeah.
shape, that's probably good, decent penny.
Well, I mean, for me, I have signatures for the entire
Oh, yeah,
national
you-
championship
you
team.
have her in a glass case, I mean, of course, but
I don't have this one yet in a glass case, but this is arguably, like, in the history of Michigan, I have that whole team, like their best lineman, Blake Corn, like I have all those guys signed on a football. But Bo to me is just historic. Like it's like the kind of stuff that my grandpa would open the paper on a Sunday to read.
how long
Like-
did he coach?
Man, we're filming. They're
I
gonna
know,
Google search
somebody's
this.
gonna Google it.
Something like
You're
that.
gonna be
Joe's not a real fan.
You're not a
He
real
doesn't know
fan.
what episode.
But I
Jamie
want to
like that?
say he went from 1969 until probably like what 1987 or something.
Yeah.
Oh,
for
so
sure.
he had a good run.
He had a
he
run.
was there for a tenure was long.
And
Oh,
he,
it's
you know,
just-
helped really elevate that Michigan-Ohio State rivalry to the,
Yes,
to the next level.
The
That
best.
made the rivalry become the rivalry of,
Yeah.
sports, right? In the United States.
Yeah, I mean, you can't talk about rivalries unless you're talking about,
Michigan and
Ohio
Ohio
State,
State
Michigan.
football.
Yeah.
And man, it's cool to just see it kind of come full circle, dude. I just got goosebumps thinking about that football and like how they went to that that little spring
is
spring
like this
game
weather.
and stuff, just like this,
So-
and getting all those signatures. And I think we kind of had that feeling that like that crew
This is the team.
had the potential to like get that stuff signed because this might be the team that could do it
Yeah.
all, and they delivered too, which is kind of crazy.
So whatever happened? You guys never got the football?
the
Nope.
old football. Oh yeah, you better get
What
it.
happened? You
I
all
wake
drank
up-
them and you told me you were Michigan
We
fan
drank
and you
all
closed
night.
the door or
We
what?
all drank the entire night. Like I think he had his entire family. He had his wife, probably the more responsible gal. She went to bed. He drank and drank and drank. He went to bed. His kids were probably our age. They
Yeah.
were old enough to drink.
Yeah.
We played beer pong with them for hours.
Okay.
Everyone goes to bed. I get up in the morning. First round of Bloody Marys. You build up the confidence to meet him again. Because that first real good drunk, yeah, you met him, you built something with him, but it's like, oh,
But
man.
everybody was
Oh.
everybody was a little tilted, like you don't
Right,
know.
right.
Here we are.
Yeah.
I go over there and I'm like, hey, dude, I said, I can't believe that. I'm like, I was on the phone with my dad. I can't believe you would give me that football. He's like, yeah, I was in the right state of mind. That's not going home with you. And I'm like,
Yeah.
and what do? You don't even argue. It's,
Right.
you're like, I just,
know.
like, oh yeah, all right.
Should have got it that night, eh?
Shake his hand.
Collected.
Oh, yeah, perfect. See you later.
Get a document written out.
Dude, that thing
get a
had,
signature
I
on
bet you
that.
that had security like something out of Tenacious D, just lasers and like I'm not getting to this thing. This is
Deactivate
done
the
for. Like we're doomed. So
And not mode.
Yeah.
For Mr. Incredible.
it took a chip out of my weekend too. Like everyone, and then you like go to vent to people. You're like, oh yeah, I almost had this football, and everyone's like, summer living. They're drinking and listening to Jason Aldean. Like, oh, like
Yeah, they can
Like-
care less.
Yeah, who
no,
is
like
it?
just living on a different world than I am. Like,
Oh, yeah.
but
But also, you knew that Faster Horses was going to be sick when you get a Bo Schembechler football within
Oh,
your
yeah.
atmosphere. Like the first night there, like this is gonna be a good weekend. And you
All
got-
right, so we definitely had a little bit of a ramble on good Michigan football. It was a good story, definitely.
and I have a feeling Michigan football will keep working its way back into
Oh,
some of
it's-
these. It's just
It's
hard.
probably gonna be around forever.
It's
so
coming.
This is how we are.
Yeah.
back to back.
Especially with the season coming up here, we're gonna see what's gonna happen here. See if the team's gonna be as good or what.
And we hope to make it to we can do like a 50-yard line, maybe a pregame one.
Oh,
Oh,
nice sideline
boy.
pass.
Right next to Charles Woodson and Urban. I want to talk to Urban.
Oh yeah.
But-
Yeah, if you guys are listening,
Yeah.
hit us up.
Come
we
on.
got, we got the email, we got the TikTok. Let us know. So swinging back around, Joey, best vacation ever happened? Boys trip, family trip? Tell me about it.
I'm a man of. I have a deep love for Alpena, Michigan. So my travel time,
Brewskis?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, we
Queue
get
up for a
fresh
couple of
rounds.
those. Really, in my 32 years of life, I've been to Florida twice. 3 times actually. So I enjoyed it. Always a cliche like family vacation. Orlando, Florida. Make 1-day trip to the ocean. Went to Nashville twice. The first time was fun. Like Nashville's kind of turned into this thing that everyone goes to. It's cluttered. It's expensive. It smells. And who knows? If someone's watching this really offended. My
Yeah,
bad.
You're gonna get a lot of Tennesseans in on this.
It is what it is. They probably miss the old Nashville. I bet it's just
They
overrun
might.
by people that aren't from there. Like you don't.
Right.
It doesn't feel like to me. And I don't know nothing. I mean, whatever. I really did enjoy it. I felt like the mixed drinks were ass. Like, can I get a vodka Red Bull and it tasted like pickle water or something? I'm like,
Why
this is,
does every bar in Nashville have that pre-made stuff, dude? Why can't you just get a Red Bull and mix it with vodka? Like,
Yeah, it
they
would,
were
like,
all like that weird,
it
like,
come onto the tap like that.
oh,
See,
dude, Rainey, come on.
I've never vacationed in Tennessee.
Oh man.
But to me, from what I've heard, no offense to anybody from Tennessee, seems like it's either Dollywood or it's completely moonshine. Now, I understand both sides of it, but to me, it's not super interesting.
So-
I don't mind going there, stop, see the sights.
What we
whatever.
did is
What?
we had an entire group, and it's the greatest group in the world. Like, we have the best friends. We love them. But what we decided is we were going to fly down earlier. Yeah, we fly in, and, we wheel in there. The whole airport is under construction. Already tilted. They didn't serve beer. I just want to have, some toddies on the freaking
a
plane.
little cocktail
That shit's
on-
next level.
Dude,
Like, that gets
cocktail
you
on the plane is nice on the way to
That's like post ceremony, pre wedding reception.
Yeah,
beer.
like
That
this time
is
we're
a
getting ready to
vibe.
turn up. Yeah.
Like, I want to drink some beers.
Yeah.
And you're flying at different altitude. Like, let's get after it.
I've never been flying. So, are
Hey.
drinks a must-have on the plane?
Yeah, I love them.
Oh
Must
yeah,
have.
I would
Must
say
have.
Like
yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Unless
Okay.
you're on the come down, like if you've been to the frickin' Vegas Strip for 4 days, I'd probably just have a Diet Coke and maybe a thing of crackers. Like I'm worked,
Now, are
but
you guys flying first class?
no,
Oh,
God,
oh,
no,
God,
no,
back
dude,
We wanted to
I'm a
save
peasant.
we wanted to
Back
save
of-
all
oh,
our
yeah.
money for the strip, dude.
Oh,
We
yeah.
didn't want
You're going to Nashville, man. It is rich there.
Yeah, it's
Like-
expensive.
It's
That's the
rich
problem.
water.
It's
Can I get a
expensive
vodka
to
Red
drink,
Bull, or
dude.
can you just piss in the cup? Yeah, it'll be 14.45. Like, wow, like
Okay.
Wow,
dude, it's
baseball
ex-
stadium
it's
prices,
ex-
eh?
it's
Oh yeah,
expensive.
everywhere too. There's
Yeah.
no like cheap way to drink
Yeah.
downtown. I don't think.
We the Uber was decent. The only good Uber we had all weekend long is we fly in there. You've already gotten that zone. We found a really nice bar in the airport at Detroit. Really enjoyed what we were doing. Beers tasted good. I think it was when the shandies were still coming out. It was like summer shandies. Like we first got a summer shandy.
because it was
I
early.
think
in the year.
Oberons were just rolling out. Like,
Yeah.
oh, we're vibing now. Warm weather coming up. Like, let's get after it. And then we hit the airport. Like, we get in the terminal. Well, we're in the airport, but we get on the plane. It's like, no, we're just serving soda today, and you can get a snack. And it's like, oh. So then you start to doze off. Like you get, you're like 8 beers in, you're tired.
Right,
And,
you hit that climb and then you're starting to fall.
I think
Yeah.
what
you
is
hate to start spinning your tires once you get on the upslope.
Right.
Yeah.
like Detroit to Nashville's not a long flight.
No, it's not.
Long enough for like you're ready for a nap. We're coming in, and I can't remember everything this guy was, but he was talking about like workouts in a hotel, and he's just ruining like the vibe.
Oh,
like he was
dude.
such a dork.
Also,
And,
I was gonna just throw this in just because talking about that, like how long it kind of we got on the spinning our tires thing. You remember how long it took us to get our Uber out of the airport? It took like Joe.
Oh.
You started to mention this, I think, but like with how the whole airport was basically under construction, unfortunately. There was like not an easy access to like the pickup area out of the terminal that we flew in, and we Ubered, and we had never been to the Nashville airport before.
Dude.
So we had to try to find where the Ubers and the Lyft riders and all that parked,
There is a.
and it took us
Yeah.
like an hour
Yep.
and 10 minutes to find this guy.
I'm in the Uber parking lot. Mind you, this guy's Uber. He's doing this every day. So he's just like,
Yeah.
maybe these are avid travelers. They
Right.
know what they're doing.
He knows
We
where,
are-
he
we
knows
are
where
not.
he's at.
We
Dude,
are not.
we get met by an army of orange cones and those barrels in the first place we walk.
And there's no easy places to walk because all the
None.
walkways are under construction. The whole road is ripped up.
I thought Hurricane Ivan hit. They were like
Right,
sandbags and like barriers. The
Like,
National Guard's
FEMA
there.
was
Like,
airlifting people in the
what,
Uber airport.
are we doing? So we finally go 3 levels up and down. We're taking the.
We rode an
freaking-
elevator 20 times to try to find the.
I'm on the phone with this guy.
For those of you that don't know, the orange cones and barrels and stuff that you see during the summer,
Oh.
it's actually Michigan State's flower. So,
It's terrifying.
you know,
Yeah.
it's terrifying. They're always up, they're always out.
We're used to it.
They're always in full bloom.
It essentially means we're gonna be late.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
when you see that, the
Bumps
first
ahead.
thing you've already dialed this up. Like the plane lands, you get in your little bag and you're all excited. Boom, Uber ordered. He'll be here in 10 minutes. Like, man, ample time. Like, let's scoot and move. Like, we're on the strip soon. We're drinking. No, it's just mayhem. So we make our way. We finally find this. I've been on the phone like 4 times with this guy.
And bless that guy's heart, he waited for us.
What this dude?
There's a
had-
lot of Uber drivers that probably wouldn't have waited for an hour in the parking lot for these travelers to find their way. He easily could have left us, and it probably would have been fine. We could have found another one, but like I just had to throw that in there.
Oh, dude, I was
figuring he was going to leave.
He
us.
was going to cancel us. I'm like, oh, we'll be dropped. But by then we'll find a new Uber driver, whatever.
Right.
I think I still had 5 stars. I'm kind of a gentleman when I'm right. Strange conversations with the Ubers. That's for another day. But every driver is like, you get into some crazy conversations. But this dude was patient. He guided us through. And he actually, his like cousin was like in the NBA. He had cool stories.
On the Miami Heat or something.
Yeah.
Was he on a Heat?
Oh, it was cool. This dude was cool.
Yeah.
Fast forward to the
Miami Heat.
dude.
I think so.
Wade,
this
Wade.
this guy,
Yes, wait.
this guy got us
Yeah.
downtown, got us there, told us the places to drink. The rest of the weekend, mind you, that night was perfect. Like we drank like a whole night before the entire group got there. We found some street gummies in a state where they don't sell weed. This guy, to this day, I don't know if he was real.
I
this
think it was like
mystical
a platform 9 3/4 situation.
Dude.
We just like bought an imaginary set of gummies from this guy on Broadway.
This guy wheels in with this, like it's got the pot leaf all lit up and this nice green light, like that ambient, you know, that late night like
That's
motel
weird.
noise you hear with the light outside, like that's what you can hear. Like we're staggering down to Kid Rock's bar and I hear, and I look over and he's got this big light. I'm like, oh, we'll get some gummies. Like, all right, we've had some drinks. The drinks don't taste good, so I'm gonna switch to beers. The
Yeah.
music was awesome.
Oh, so good.
We fire up these gummies, worst tasting things that taste like pickles, and they take all the moisture out of your mouth.
Yeah. A lot of
10
sodium.
10 minutes in, we're standing in front of this one of the bars. They don't even have a window. Like it's open. You can literally step into the window. You know, think of like a storefront, like where they have like a display.
Yeah.
Well, that's where most of the bands were. So like right there, we're listening, and they're playing like what?
Jump by
like,
Van Halen.
oh yeah, that one was
I
lit.
remember
That was
It was
awesome.
Rip and
Yeah,
jump.
dude. Like you heard the
Amazing too.
you heard the piano start, and we're already just lit up on
And
whatever
we're
we
just
consume.
starting to see colorful spheres and shit.
Oh, by the time we got to Kid Rock's bar, Trevor was taking a staircase that wasn't there. He was like,
Why does this sound like something out of The Hangover where the guy's
Have
like,
you
"I
seen-
don't like dogs."
have you seen on Austin Powers where he's like acting like he's in an elevator? That's what Trevor was for like a half hour. I'm like, wow, like he's lit up.
Yeah, like it's crazy because I was so messed up at this point, but I distinctly remember the visual I had of the staircase that was in the floor that I was
Oh.
purposely trying to avoid because I didn't want to like go over because I thought my feet were gonna go down, and so I was like I ended up like sticking myself to the back of the wall in Kid Rock's bar that was like right on the back end by the bartender where we were getting drinks, and I just like stayed on the wall because I didn't want to fall down the staircase.
Was-
Not even there. It's just a normal floor.
Was it at least a downstairs one where it looked like you were disappearing?
That's what it was. It wasn't downstairs. Like you said, it was 100% a downstairs one. But it's crazy because I just had this visual of like I was so panicked that I was gonna fall down the stairs because there's no railings and shit.
Dude, I mean, so we drank hard. Like we got after it, and we just knew like they would have so many different decisions for us, and we were just gonna follow the group the next day. So like today's the day. We got drunk. We closed that down. Whatever that was, coursing through our veins, and we are just loaded. Like drunk on whatever that is. Well, all right, it's time. We're gonna walk back to this hotel. We had a nice little hotel downtown, and we passed this McDonald's. I'm like, dude, let's get in line. There was a stack of people outside. I'm like, oh, this
Well, I
is
can
weird.
imagine.
But shortly after COVID, like whatever, maybe an outdoor line. We're standing. We're like sixth in line. These people are waiting. They start to vanish. Well, then people are cutting us and stuff. I'm like, these guys are really rude here. I thought Tennessee was nice. Finally, this guy's like, hey man, this is for Uber Eats. Like, I don't know what you guys are waiting for. It's like they don't offer food for like just
There's no
anyone walking up.
walking,
I'm
yeah.
like, oh, like man, no one told us.
We're here to pick up.
Yeah, like we tried to. but
order
that's
this and pick this up right now.
probably didn't make any sense. So I probably tried to explain it like, hey, I'm an Uber. I'm like,
You
no,
were
no,
like-
you are not.
You're like Barry in Beer Fest. Dry martini. Like that. Well, get away from me!
Slapping pickle.
Get away from me!
So we finally decided like we're just not getting food here. We stumbled into a Shell gas station. This is the best chicken I've ever had. Like shout out to the entire state of Tennessee does it right. I get some hot Nashville chicken
Oh,
at
You
this
might
Shell.
get some Kentuckians a little upset here. You're
They-
calling Nashville the spot for chicken.
Lick me.
Nashville hot
Like
chicken.
They
That was
could.
finger licking, eh?
Oh my gosh,
Even from just some
Dude.
random gas station at 1:30 a.m.
dude. We didn't even like. I took a bite. I'm like, I'm gonna enjoy this. Like, I'm not eating this while I'm walking. So I got back to the hotel and just devoured this. Wake up, face down. You know, the cliche hotel. Trevor's got like a queen size over here, queen size over here. There's chicken crumbs everywhere. Just like we just destroyed these hot chicken
Looked
sandwiches.
like a crime scene in there.
And there's like construction. They're building. Nashville's like building faster than anyone. You hear like a guy on like a jackhammer. Like the fucking chicken's bouncing on the nightstand. I'm like, come on,
Bruh.
finish that. But
Yeah.
that first night was awesome. The whole vacation was great. I would say that's probably my best because everything else has been like family vacations. And then I for a long time I worked on the Great Lakes on a 600-foot vessel. I mean, obviously we traveled, best bars. We'll save that for like another episode. You know, talk about your best town to drink in. But that was never a vacation. We were always rushed. You know, I spent a lot of St. Patty's days in Cleveland. Nashville was good. Strip clubs, never go to them again. I don't know what that was. It was terrifying. We got their B-listers. I don't know. You guys are listening. Maybe get us some vouchers. Prove us wrong. But I think I got robbed by knife at one place. It was something.
This is definitely a story for another time.
Oh man, I have never seen such a thing. But yeah, that would probably be my best vacation. Like I said, I'm not much of a traveler, man. I've been proud of Alpena. I love Alpena. I'm not leaving here.
And there is a lot of great stuff to see here.
There is.
I mean, it's not like we're some little nothing town.
No.
I mean, we got, it's only like 20,000 people. I mean, it's not like we're big up there like New York or anything.
I will stand by this forever. The best drinkers are out of Alpena, Michigan. I've been across the entire Great Lakes. I've seen the Midwest. They don't scare me. Wisconsin's got some drinkers. I've seen the women in Wisconsin drink. Straight fits of Southern Comfort just smashing it. Like, there's some drinkers. But where I come from, where we come from,
That's
we drink, we
degenerate
do our
behavior.
oh dude, they just get after it. It's like, man. But as far as vacation, I don't need to go anywhere, man. This is paradise, you know. We drink. We drink in the winter. We don't need a cooler or a refrigerator. We drink in the summer. We got boats. I mean, what are we? We're always like 8 minutes away from a lake.
Right.
Like, what are there? There's 45 counties that touch the Great Lakes.
Right.
Like, come at me, man. This is the best state in the world. Like, we got it. So, as far as vacation, no. I'd like to cue some up with the boys. You know, you guys help us out. We'll get
I
going.
think we should do some nice boys
Yeah,
trip.
we're gonna
I think maybe if this were to take off, we could
I think
definitely film a very good video
Oh.
of us on a walking vacation.
I think season 2 in a motorhome, just touching the, you know,
Oh,
you guys
wouldn't that be
hit us up
Might have
at
a
our,
couple-
you know, we'll get that email out there and
We'll get the email, the TikTok. You guys let us know what's
you
going
tell
on.
us. And actually, man, this might be a stretch and whatever. Everyone's got to let someone down, but maybe, you know, as we move forward, we'll answer every email and whatever town you think you got what it takes. We'll go there and we'll drink and we'll see what it's got.
Wouldn't that be something? Compared with the porch beers.
What are we talking? Guys, we skipped the best thing. The best vacation that everyone in this room has ever been to is Tawas Birchville.
Oh boy, we're bringing up a long
My
list of
goodness.
memories now.
Oh, just summarize.
Oh my goodness.
We're talking chili cook-offs.
We're talking Barnacle Bills.
We're talking best
We're talking
under the
Big
tent
Tent
concert you've ever
Concert,
seen.
electric tunes.
We're talking
Titties.
nowhere to park because that's how good it is.
We're talking middle of February.
15 degrees.
The best Burger
In northern
King,
Michigan.
the best Burger King in Michigan.
Oh.
Taco Bell, easy access.
Easy access.
Many DUIs.
Oh.
Many walks home.
Just walk. Just walk.
Oh wow. Yeah. Oh, we're talking beer pong.
We're talking Randy picks up the tabs.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
We drink for free.
Get
Next
together,
year.
Grouch.
Next year I'll get
Yeah.
it. I'll get my money's worth next year.
Oh man.
Oh yeah.
That was the time. That's a good time. If you guys have never heard of Porchville, look it up. We'll definitely be
Oh,
there
I
this
would.
year.
I would sponsor that.
If you guys want to see us
You
there,
can-
fucking
You
hit
can
us
find
up.
us at the Big Tent or Barnacle Bills pretty much the entire weekend.
Or what's the hotel we stay at now? What's the main? That main.
Well, you can Colorado because it might be reserved already.
Bay- yeah.
Bayview.
Yeah, Bay Inn. Or
Bay
something.
Inn.
No, Bay Inn's the one we always stayed at before.
Very nice, very clean place.
There's
Yeah.
only a couple hotels in Tawas. If you just book one, you
Was.
get lucky and we might be at that one.
It wasn't until Joe closed her down.
Oh. What
they have
What
a
do we-
hot tub with a little window right through the bar.
Oh,
that
for
you
the
can order
orders.
drinks.
Oh man, a hole in the wall just
Yeah.
for
A
fucking
hole in the
beers.
wall for ordering brewskis.
Wow, you can't ask for more high class than that.
It doesn't get much better than this.
What do we got? You got your vacation?
Oh yeah, so we gotta
yeah,
talk
talk about
ready.
old Randy's vacation.
So you ever taken any big trips? Got any
Actually, I have. Recently, last year, I took my girlfriend and we went to Las Vegas. Now, she's never been out west. She's never been west of Texas. Nothing against any of the states that are not west of Texas, but you don't get to see any of
Of course.
You don't get to see the Great Plains, the mountains.
Right.
You know, I used to think the Appalachian Mountains were ginormous, but until you start going out west,
Oh.
they're just hills, bro.
Yeah.
I
There's
mean,
hills
you
with
guys
a lot of
can-
pretty pine trees on.
Yeah, you guys can claim what you want to claim, but they ain't mountains until you get out there and you can't see the top. of them.
Wendigos.
Oh boy, anything in between.
Appalachia.
Good old. So we start driving. Literally, I just got out of work. We take off. We get like literally 10 minutes up the road. Forgot my cell phone. Had to turn around.
Oh,
Would have been the
no.
worst vacation ever to forget your cell phone.
Or would it?
brother.
Could have been the best vacation ever, but we drove all the way out there. I mean, we took our time. We stopped at Mall of America, saw that. That was a really cool stop.
You know,
Dawn of the Dead.
you know,
filming.
I was just
Nice.
thinking because you mentioned you hadn't flown or whatever. I
Yeah,
was like,
never
that's like,
flown.
man, you went to Vegas and drove out there. That's cool. That's
Drove
like,
both
sick.
times.
Yeah,
Both
that's a
times we went
big
to Vegas,
trip.
I drove.
yeah.
Yeah, we went through Mall of America. At that time, they were filming that Fast and Furious movie. Must have been Fast 9 or Fast 10. whichever
Fast
one.
35.
Yeah, whichever one they're on.
Getting faster and faster and faster.
Never
so
stop.
furious.
More nitrous. And they had all the cars out there that were actually in the
Oh
movie.
yeah.
So it was pretty dope to see that. They had a full-on Legoland in there. I mean, if people have been there, they know what I'm talking
Oh
about.
yeah, there's a theme park in there. Whatever.
Crazy nice
all that
place.
stuff.
We drove a long way, and then we'd stop and sleep and just keep on driving. I told my wife or my girlfriend all these crazy things about it, about what it's like driving in the mountains, what it's like doing here. And she kept thinking I was lying about all this stuff, how it could be sketchy or how this can happen, or you're in a tunnel that's like 10 miles long, and she kept thinking it was all BS. Yeah, until we got there. Then she started realizing I wasn't joking.
That's the real
There's
deal.
no
yeah.
white lines on the mountains. There's semis doing 100.
And somehow those roads are narrower than they seem like they should be.
100%. There's semis doing like 150 downhill because they're not going to touch the brakes.
Yeah, those guys have driven them so much too that they're confident on that stuff,
Oh,
and
yeah.
it's like, what?
Then you hit like the Eisenhower tunnel, and you're just like, how long are we in this thing?
Yeah.
It's got to be honestly the tunnel that John Henry built to beat the steam engine. It's longer than all get out. You pop out on the other side, you're going through Denver, you get through Salt Lake, and I go, you see nothing for like 20, 30 miles. It's all just desert.
Oh,
And all of a sudden, boom, Las Vegas. It's just this huge, ginormous city in the middle of nowhere. And she's like, oh yeah, right, blah, blah, blah. So I actually slept when we got to Salt Lake. She started driving. She wakes me up, she goes, oh my God, here's Las Vegas out in the middle of nowhere. Because literally you don't see nothing, just walls of rock for
And then-
miles and miles. All of a sudden,
Oh,
boom.
Like a
As
globe.
far as you can see, it's city.
It's just stacked. Yeah.
Just stacked.
colorful, bright, because everything's big,
Right.
loud, whatever. It
So,
shows.
so of course
yeah.
we start driving with the strip and we're trying to take in the sights. I don't know if you guys have ever driven there, but there is a million
was
people
there.
going every which way
I was
at
there
100 miles an
a
hour.
long time ago, but before it was a family trip, so I was young, so I wasn't driving. But yeah,
Yeah, there's a million people going a million miles an hour. They all know where they're going. We have no idea where we're going. We're getting lost. We're getting stuck in wrong lanes. We're getting pushed out by Uber drivers and everybody else and their brother and
Oh.
cousin that knows their way around. We finally get to our hotel, get a nice parking spot.
what hotel you guys stay at?
We stayed at Treasure Island.
Treasure Island.
Very good
Yeah,
spot.
that's
Very
cool.
good spot.
Yeah.
And it's like on the end of the one side of the strip. So we spent, the day there kind of hanging out. And then we walked up the one side of the strip the one day, checking out like the Bellagio. And
Yeah,
Caesar's
sure, like the big
Palace.
poker rooms, all that stuff.
Dude.
Yeah.
The Caesar's Palace, I mean, we just got lost in because it goes literally, a quarter mile to almost a half mile one way. And then it goes another, it feels like a quarter mile the other way and another quarter mile the
Did
other
the
way.
real Caesar live here?
Oh, yeah, did the real Caesar live here?
I didn't think so.
Is this
Get on to Caesar. What is
Was
Caesar's?
this place pager friendly? I don't want to know. I didn't have the pager with me. But,
Do you think everyone that goes to Las Vegas just thinks, like, oh, we're the hangover?
Oh.
We're as cool as a hangover.
I'm sure they hear those jokes all the time.
Man, I feel like we would end up dead. Like, if we just
Oh.
went and, like, with that mindset, we're like,
Yeah, it's crazy. We saw the water show at the Bellagio. Awesome. Like they play like some opera music and like the water flows
man.
with it and stuff.
I think I
Lights,
would take
colors.
shrooms or something.
Oh,
Like, I don't
dude,
want to
it-
get stoned.
Even sober.
Like the
was
Blue
great.
Man Group or something. I want to just like let's get fucking wild. Like,
I've watched some guys play flutes
oh,
and water.
dude, I want to see all walks of life.
Like,
People watching would be.
The main thing was this drink place. I think it was called Fat Tuesdays or something like that. And they
He's,
filled this
he's
big.
looking for Brittany to back
Yeah,
up.
I know. I'm looking
Help
for
me
a
out.
It's a big long bottle. They put like 7, 8 shots in there, and then just
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
the rest of it is
Yeah.
7-Eleven slushy.
But it's cool too, cause like you randomly see like Steven Tyler sitting somewhere at like a hot dog stand,
Yeah, dude.
right? Like,
I mean,
Oh.
I didn't really recognize any famous people. I mean, there was Hell's Kitchen. And I honestly thought about going in to see if Gordon was in.
Just yelling
Yeah,
at some
yeah.
bitches.
You're an idiot sandwich, you know. This is raw. But
donkey.
man,
yeah, but we walked up both sides of the strip. Great time. 10 out of 10 would go there again. But last time we went, we gambled probably like $5,000.
Oh.
You beat me to the punch because I know you're a gambler.
Oh, yeah.
I was gonna ask how did the gambling go in
Dude,
the good old
gambling-
city of gambling?
Gambling is fun. It is. If you don't have to go there and gamble though. Is the thing.
Right. Oh, there's
Like,
so much other stuff.
there's
You can
so
watch
much
shows.
stuff to do.
Yeah, you can watch shows. You
But
can
he
eat
knows.
just great food and,
And a
all
lot
that
of
stuff.
a lot of that stuff is free too. Like
Yeah.
when
If
we
you're
signed up
staying
for
at the hotel,
like they're like, oh, you want to see these free shows?
you get a couple credits
Like,
here. You get
yeah.
whatever. You know?
And I think-
is it real? Is it real that they pump oxygen in there? We've
Oh,
always
yeah.
heard that. Like, oh,
Yeah.
you know, if we
Oh
got a
yeah,
hangover,
because it like
French,
it like activates your
Yeah.
brain to like
Yeah.
start spending money
Yeah.
or something. If
well,
it's
you
fresh
don't,
air.
you don't get as tired.
it's just a placebo effect. I think. Like
You don't get
get
as
on,
tired.
you get on a heater for you're drinking all kinds of booze and like
Right.
wake up rough in the morning. Dude, push me into the casino, bro. Give me
Yeah,
like
just
$30
go-
and a
just go-
blackjack
Yeah.
table.
Just go get a coffee and walk into the
Oh,
casino and they'll
man.
just get you
Like, let's vibe. Like,
better than
you're
like
really
give
good
an IV.
music. You're- grandma's over there on an oxygen machine already, just double intake, like just firing away on the thing.
Yeah, but $30
Man.
a day is your far. 'Cause
Dude.
the minimum table I found there was $25.
Do they have the actual
25
shafts over there? Or do you
25
just
minutes
push
per
the
hand?
buttons?
Per hand.
Oh.
I like
So-
those cliche, like old school slot machines. Like that just
Oh,
gives you
yeah.
that vibe. Like, you know, like I said, grandma just ching.
The one
Like,
casino we went to, or we actually didn't see it. The first time I went was before I was with Brittany, and they had $1 million in a glass case right at the door, like in a bulletproof glass case. I'm like, man, how many people
Yours.
think it's trying to
This
steal
could be
thing,
you.
know? Just to
Yeah.
see $1 million is just
Oh,
insane.
well, how
It's
many
wild.
people are gonna walk past that and be like, "Oh
Right,
man,
you just look at it,
this credit card's gonna get warm."
Oh, dude, yeah. it's an amazing vibe though. They had a OCC chopper there. It was like fully decked out.
Oh.
It was cool, like right inside the hotel, like right in the casino. I was like, dude, this is dope. Then they had one like country restaurant. It's called Giddy's, and it was like full on like anything country music, like the Watermelon Crawl or Electric Slide.
yeah.
Any of those things
Yeah,
were like
yeah.
they were like mentioning in the song. They had a drink for it. So
Oh,
of
yeah,
course
they
you
had
had to
cocktail-
try
Oh, well,
each
of
one.
course.
to-
How are you gonna let that go
I
by?
gotta have a watermelon crawl. I gotta know.
Right.
And, you know, and trust me, I was watermelon crawling
Yeah,
back
boot
to
scoop
work, buddy.
boogie, and I'm drinking 2 of those.
Oh yeah, I was loaded.
damn.
Great food,
Yeah.
great party. Everybody there is nice. Nobody, there's no trouble. Lots of great slots. I mean, we got pretty good stuff here in Michigan, but I mean, there's stuff that like goes to the ceiling that you're like, Wheel of Fortune. That's like
Yeah.
bigger than anything you ever
Oh,
see on
dude.
TV.
Oh.
I mean, it's just huge. And payouts are huge. The first time I went there before
Did we
Britain
have any
too.
big winners when we were out there?
I actually hit for the most when we were out there. I think it was $1,200 on $4 or $3 spin. I won, but we ended up blowing it all in the next
Well,
hour.
of course. I mean,
Yeah,
as
we
one does.
Blew it all the next
It's
hour.
really hard to cut your
Oh,
profits.
yeah.
Oh, dude.
You know?
$100 in this machine, $100 in that machine,
Dude, we go up. We decided, we went up to get our license for the
Oh yeah.
TWIC card. If anyone's wondering, it's like, what is it? Transportation, whatever it is.
Yeah, water, international,
Yeah.
something.
So I mean, after 9/11, they made some changes to like international ports and stuff. Made it more important to like have some actual verifiable ID other than a driver's license. So they have these cards for anytime you are on any kind of vessel in and out of these ports. We have half of mine that like if we're both equipment operators, if that didn't work, we would probably take off on these boats. We would do that. So we go up there in Sault Ste. Marie. No, actually it was in St. Ignace.
St. Ignace,
St.
yeah.
Ignace, Michigan, just across the Mackinac Bridge. Quick.
It's one of two places you can do it in Michigan.
Yep. Quick meeting. Randy did a walk-in. You know, we both get our card. Now we're gonna gamble. We go up there, and I'm terrified. Like I don't want to spend money. I hate spending money. It scares me. I brought $20. Didn't touch the ATM at first. I'm worried about it. Randy puts me on like a 1 cent poker machine at the bar. If you told me I had to spend $400 on beer, that's okay. Like I'm all right with that.
Right, no problem. Swipe the card.
Yeah, swing it. Like that, to me, that means something to me. I woke up in the morning, I know I did something, but like anytime I see them light up fancy machines, they scare the hell out of me. And
So-
here comes Randy.
Yeah, so I stuck Joe on the bar machine, which most any bar you go to with a casino, they got a little electronic games that you can play there. So I play Jackson Wild.
Yeah.
On like five
Yeah.
card poker or whatever, and you get to draw one time for more cards, try and get a good hand. He gets straight addicted to this game, loves it. And it's only a quarter
Love
bet,
cards.
so it doesn't hurt. You know what I mean? You lose, you lost a quarter. You know, too bad. But if you won, you could win $1, $4.
Yeah, but you don't. It doesn't get ever wild. You're,
Right,
you're not
never,
doing anything.
Yeah, you're never like sweating playing it.
You got to
know?
really scratch your ass to win a beer.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
You know.
And finally, we sit down on another machine, and we're playing the
man.
Magic Drums, one of my favorite.
That is cool. A little pot of like it looks like fortune cookies or something. Like,
Yeah.
ooh.
So it keeps adding gold in as you're playing. And I'm playing right next to Joe. Joe's like sitting there just watching. I go, Joe, your machine's gonna hit, man. And he's like running out of money. He's running low. I'm like, oh, spin for your last chance.
What I put $20 in there?
Yeah, spin for the last chance to hit. I'm like, whatever.
Though?
I hit on mine. I'm like, fucking, let me put it in yours. Put it in his. Literally the next spin. What do I have? Like all
you
crazy
nailed
wilds,
it.
lit this thing up. All these free games. All this crazy
Yeah,
stuff
but-
happened.
But let's
Joe's
let's
like,
set
"This
the
is bullshit."
stage though. Let's set the stage here. Like so we had Friday off. Work was pissing us off, and we're rolling into St. Patty's Day week.
Oh yeah.
Like, okay, let's get pre-drunk before the big drunk up here. Maybe we win money. Then we're gonna get real drunk. I mean, bottom line, we're getting drunk. Whatever we're gonna do.
Oh, yeah. We're gonna feel it.
This dude just he knows that thing has a whistle or a beep or a twistle or I mean, he knows where to put the money and what to do with it. Like, he knows the G-spot. And I'm over here, I'm struggling. Like, it is, God.
Joe's having a rough time.
It scares the hell out of me. I don't know.
What'd you lose? $50 or something that day? And you were
I took
$7?
$60 and it
Yeah.
just hurt me. And plus I got like $15 extra for coming across a bridge. Maybe an extra $5 because I had a nice
Right.
tan. I don't
You look good to the waitress. You give
you
me
look
$5.
native. Like I go, hey, how are you? You know, like, I don't know. Like
I said, Joe's sweating over it. I'm like, dude, you
Oh.
just gotta play the wing, buddy. And I draw like
It's
500. You know, I'm like, I'm
If
here,
they had-
I'm here to spend it. Like,
if they
let's go.
had blackjack tables with like an actual dealer and stuff, that's where I get in and I'm vibing. Like I'm mingling with the dealer. I have a good time.
Which-
which you did too, but he was like dude. It was like a basketball court away. You're like,
Yeah.
what was his name?
So, what was it, Paul or?
Oh, it was Paul. Yeah, I was like, come on, Paul.
So their live games were closed. It was like after 4 o'clock or something. So they were all done until nighttime.
Got it all
So
squared up.
we got to the point where we got to like roulette. You can play on it,
Yeah.
baccarat, or
With one dealer.
or poker. All of one video dealer.
Yep.
That you played against. So we're sitting in the very back row with our one friend because we all lost our money, and we're screaming at him. We're like, "Come on, Paul, flip a blackjack!" Like, he's smiling and waving and
He had a
flipping-
good time.
He flipped good cards and stuff. We're like, "What do we do here?" We'd call him. He'd have to walk all the way down to us. And he's like, "I wouldn't do this or that." We're like, "Screw it, we're doing it." He'd walk all the way back. And we'd do it, and then we're like, "Hey, Paul, what do we do now?" And he'd walk all the way back to show us what we're doing.
Dude, so just so I can catch up with everybody, was this at the St. Ignace trip? Was
Yeah,
this
this
still
is-
all a part of that?
Yeah, this is St. Ignace.
Yeah.
Yeah. If anybody's wondering the most I ever seen somebody gamble, this was insane. I was in Vegas, very first trip down. I had a job in California. I stopped in Vegas for the night just to gamble a little bit.
Was this when you were still the
Millwright. out the
Millwright?
road,
Yeah.
So I'm over there sweating, playing free card poker. Like it was getting a little stressful.
Oh,
you know, for like $5.
Tough
Just,
to
just sweating.
tough to cash.
oh, dude, it's not easy to let me go. It's nice when it's coming in. It's not so easy when it's going out.
Oh, I know.
And I see this cowboy. I call him cowboy. It's some dude, cowboy hat.
We're in the cowboy hat.
Two ladies. All right, a lady on each side.
Oh yeah.
And this guy's just pulling on this machine. And there is a group of people around him. Now, if you have a group of people around you in Vegas, you are spending some money.
Yeah,
Because
they know they need to be
people
in your
wanna
orbit.
watch
They're
you.
in your orbit.
People want to see how much money you're spending. So this guy's pulling. I go, huh? And I lean forward and I look at his machine. Guess what this guy's pulling? Take a stab. What do you think he's pulling per
Like
slot?
amount per
Per pull.
Dude,
What's the max bet?
I'm so under knowledge on slots, but I'm gonna guess what is it like, $20 a pull? Is
$1,000.
He's
$100 a pull?
25,000.
Oh.
See,
And this guy is pull after pull.
Is that
after
famous
pull.
guy?
Yeah.
That
I
guy
don't
that's
know
on the
who he
YouTube?
was. I don't.
He
No,
said
it wasn't
it was
that
just-
tatted up guy. I'm sorry. I
just a
forget your name.
cowboy with a
But
couple of
tatted up guy. If you want to get
gals.
with me so I can learn how to be better at those games, I would
Yeah.
definitely take it.
25,000 a pull is insane.
25,000.
Can you imagine just
That's a
having that
brand new
kind
car.
of disposable
Every single
income?
pull.
Yeah. Yeah.
With two ladies.
And how many
people.
pulls you got?
Camry.
to
I
just get
watched
one
him,
win?
I watched him do at least 20.
Oh my
Oh.
god!
I mean, some of them he would hit.
Just
when-
500K,
when,
just
you know,
like more money
they
than you
were-
could just ever imagine.
And like when he won, it was like small wins. And
Yeah.
like 35, 40K. You know, but he just keep racking it and just keep pulling. And pulling.
Another one,
man.
I'm
another
like,
one.
dude, if I put my life savings there, I get like 5 pulls. And this guy's just racking it.
And he's just bang, 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 bang.
And no, I
doesn't
wasn't.
care.
I wasn't into sports or anything at this time. This could have been some famous football player.
Yeah,
or
somebody
whatever-
that's just got
whatever. Somebody's got Muko bucks, but I
oil
have no
guy,
idea
whatever.
who it
Somebody's
was.
got
Man.
millions and millions
Yeah,
and
it could've been a
millions. doesn't
pipeline or
matter,
whatever. But 25,000 a pull.
That's freaking insane. Dude, I hate even playing like the higher stakes blackjack tables. I
Oh.
couldn't imagine like
Oh,
I
dude.
couldn't imagine
Like if I'm putting like
$25,000.
$100 on a game, like, dude, I gotta know that.
At
game.
least in at least
Like
I feel like
blackjack,
at least in
like-
blackjack, at least I have the cards in my hand, and I know it's chance because it's up to what the cards go. But like, at least I have some kind of a portion of it. I couldn't imagine 25,000
Yeah,
on
but
a.
even like even if you had
Chance.
$100, you know, and they have 16
Dude.
or 6
Yeah.
showing.
Oh,
so
6.
you have like 8, so you got split.
You're like, oh, that
you're,
is
like,
insanely stressed.
You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah,
Like-
dude, do it.
Like, oh my god, $200. This guy is 25 G's.
You know,
no
you
problem.
flip up that 10, you know, you double
Right.
down, and the dealers, yeah. Oh, dude,
That's
I know.
nuts.
And that's when you flip over a 3 or
That's
whatever,
what I
when
mean,
you
like,
double
if we were to
down.
spend $500 on
Yeah.
one game of blackjack, we'd be screaming.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
there's no,
No.
you know what I mean?
Oh.
There's people that would put thousands on there, no problem.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think I have a pretty good paying job, but no way.
know,
I got cheddar like that.
Not
That
at
guy,
all.
in 3 spins, he's made more than
Than
we
you
made
usually
before all overtime. Like, we're
Oh.
done. Like, we're
Oh,
screwed.
more than I made in 2 years.
Oh my gosh. All of a sudden I hear that hotline in my if you have a problem gambling, call 1-800. You have a problem.
If you have a problem, call.
Meanwhile,
911.
Cowboys over
We're
here.
not making fun of people.
Just-
that
No,
do that.
God, no. We're not making
One-
fun
What
of
I'm
anyone.
saying, if you got that much
But-
money to spend,
and
it
that's
should be.
now full circle. That's what I'm terrified of. That's
Right.
why I see like I've spent $60, and I'm thinking, "Shh." It's only because I
I will
think
never financially recover from
No.
this.
I am asking
It's not,
you
it's like,
for your, I'm
well,
asking you for your
this is
financial
one.
support.
But you know what the problem is? Is like online gambling with my credit card, with like whatever app
Right.
you use.
Oh
I
yeah.
love it. I love just building a parlay on a Saturday morning before football.
Just
Vibes are
sweating it
high.
all day long.
Dude, we're gonna smoke a brisket today, boys. Get the beers going, and I want a 15-legger. Let's
Yeah.
go.
I want to change my life for good.
Yep, this is it. This is the changing. You know, we're gonna get after. I'm gonna win this. McCaffrey for 3 touchdowns. You got it. Like, let's go.
Like I said, Joe, I know this kind of comes a little circle too about the Wyoming thing, but you remember that 10-legger I had that I hit the first 9 legs, and freaking Wyoming lost to somebody last year that we were watching, and on both of our parlays rode on that game somehow.
And you did not
you-
cash out.
I did not.
Yo,
cash out.
hold on.
I did,
out.
I did
Time
not
out.
cash out. I did not, and I forget what was I was up for a couple thousand win.
Dude.
It was a couple thousand win on a
Oh,
pretty
at least
small
on a
bet.
10-legger?
Oh,
Yeah, it
Oh,
was
yeah.
a very small bet, and I did
Yeah.
not cash out. And
They must have looked
Dude,
good in the first half.
so-
They didn't cash out.
Let's be clear here, though. Whatever your preference is, on whatever you got DraftKings, you got Barstool, you got MGM, you got whatever. I don't know what your experience is, but on the app we choose, and we won't name them, the cash out comes in and out. And I don't know if
yeah, it's
like
not
the
a
service,
consistent
but
right.
when you're feeling good, you're like, I ain't cashing out. It's right there. It's prevalent.
When
And then when you're scared,
it looks obvious, the cash out is there.
Yes.
yes.
When it is not
Yes.
so obvious,
The cash out is not
there.
there. No, they don't. They still don't give you that option.
Earlier in the
But
evening.
it's smart. That's obviously smart by Vegas.
Or-
Obviously.
They have programs
they
that
got
are figuring
guys.
that
They
out.
got a guy on there that's never even touched his wee wee. He is just dialed into that monitor. Like
He's
I
got
know.
algorithms.
He knows what way the wind's blowing. He knows how the court. He
Yeah.
knows what the moisture level is on the guy's forehead. Like he knows.
Oh,
this guy's-
dude, yeah, you know
Boy,
the
he's
grass is
perforated.
going on.
There's
There's
3
a
drops
little
of sweat on that
Yeah.
dude's forehead. This guy's nervous.
Yeah.
Buyout, gone. Like, okay, no big deal. Dude, that's earlier you're like, well, Wyoming's pretty good. And I'm like, dude, you just took money out of Trevor's wallet saying that. You're saying
Hey, I
that.
thought
Hey,
they
it's
were
probably a
pretty
good
good team.
atmosphere, but them Cowboys over there, no offense.
No offense to
you guys should
Cowboys.
probably stick to roping pigs because your football team.
Whoa!
No,
Whoa!
no offense to the Cowboys, but your football team is trash, and I hate them.
I'll never bet again.
Jesus, Pete, you guys are terrible.
I
Terrible.
mean, dude, if you put 20,000 fans in the stands and your band only plays like Steel Horse Cowboy, you're like, cool, man. Whatever. That.
Dude, but Wyoming's some of the nicest people. you'll
Oh
ever meet,
yeah,
though.
that's why they're not
Yeah.
doing football. You can't be nice and
It's-
play football.
I will say this too: it's the only place where you can wear a cowboy hat and not get made fun of.
Isn't that where our nice Buffalo Bill quarterback played? Right?
Yeah. I mean, I got nothing against Buffalo Bill quarterback.
Oh, I got what is Josh Allen?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah, well, it was.
Quarterback.
Yeah, who knows what it's gonna be this year?
Oh, it will be. He's
Oh, yeah.
legit.
Yeah,
you got
that's
that kid out of Florida State. That's legit.
Yeah, but they got the draft.
Keon.
Yeah, but they got the draft pick back, right? Because of
Yeah, but they ain't drafting no quarterback. That kid's good.
Yeah,
But
that's true.
they're just they're cool. But I don't even know if they're like a power 5.
I don't know either.
They're not. They maybe are, but they're
They're
not.
in one of those like
It's just
mountain.
like-
well, they're
it's
like.
hard-
Are they in like the
It's
mountain?
hard to recruit. What'd you just say about the temperature?
Right.
How do you tell young kids like, hey, you can either get ass at Florida State or you can come up here and watch a rodeo and maybe one of them relay races that the Native Americans do, which is cool for me. I'd watch the shit out of that.
Yeah.
But those guys, fuck no, they want to go to the beach,
But a
They
19-year-old or
get
18-year-old
ass,
is.
and they want to get paid, dude. They don't want
I tell you what though, when I was there, I was single at the time. Obviously, I wouldn't say this from growing. They have like the only beauty school in like the surrounding 4 or 5 states.
What's a beauty school? Like cutting hair or
Yeah,
just
like hair,
making
nails,
beautiful
and stuff like
nails,
that.
makeup,
Yeah.
all
I
that
thought,
stuff.
like,
Yeah.
like
that
I
type of
show
school.
up on starting day ugly, and by the end
No,
of
no,
graduation, I look
yeah.
fucking
Dude, I would have signed up for sure.
yeah.
But yeah, no, it's like hairs and nails and stuff.
Oh my
And
God.
so the women, my God, you get the hottest chicks out of all 5 states or whatever.
Mhm.
Looks pretty nice. On the
They're
old,
coming in.
They never swiped an old Randy.
The hottest
but, you know.
states are including Montana.
No, the hottest
Idaho.
girls from those states.
Oh, I was
usually
like-
go to beauty school.
Like you guys got to prove me
Somewhat.
wrong. I don't know.
I'm
I've
not
never been out
saying
there.
all of them, but I'm
I've
saying
never been
some.
out there. I feel like you guys can split a cord of wood in like an hour, like just boom, boom, boom. Like
And that's a woman.
that's great.
Right.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'd have to go there. We'll have to first
He's-
place on the
he's-
trip. You guys make it
He's
happen.
going to Idaho. He's gonna find out.
Oh, we'll find out.
Oh,
yeah,
he's gonna
find
we
out.
got a trip
Uh-oh.
set for the 4th of July, but we'll take the podcast there. And we'll find out. We're gonna see. We're gonna go to the bars. We're gonna see what's going
There you
on.
go.
What I got this vibe that like you go in there and it's all great music. I just picture great music, like a good live band
Yeah.
culture.
I
Good
picture, like,
beers.
the
I'm
Rusty
not drinking
too.
Coors though. I'm not drinking that. You guys drink bad beer, like Busch Light. Come on. I mean, what do you think they're all whiskey? Is it whiskey?
What, in
What,
Wyoming?
In
Yeah.
Wyoming?
I
No, it's a lot of Coors, a lot of Blue Moon. They're,
What?
They're right there too.
What a
Made in
strange
Colorado.
combination.
Blue Moon.
Blue Moon's made in Colorado too.
They don't have oranges. You put an
They
orange in a
import 'em.
Blue Moon.
No
Yeah,
way.
but it's just
You imagine just no oranges in the
you
state.
roll out to deer camp like you would here. I've never seen someone at deer camp drop an orange in their beer.
Well, no, I mean it's
like-
not preferred over here, but over there it's.
Yeah, but they should be just as manly as Michigan. They're gonna be, dude, super upset.
Yeah, you're starting to call
You
states
come
out
in-
manly now.
Their masculinity
Yeah.
towards Michigan and Wyoming, maybe. Dude, I
For the
can't.
record, I've said nothing bad about either of these states.
Any of
This
these
is
states.
this is Joe here with a big M on his shirt.
Just dropping some orange.
He'll be there soon if you guys want to beat his ass. It'll be
Yeah, yeah.
4th of July.
We'll be at the beauty school.
Oh yeah. I would love a good manicure. I'm sure you boys, after you get done roping, could probably fix these nails. Another one I'd come at is Missouri. You guys, what in the world is going on down there? You got this country singer that sings at the song, or like he has this song for the football games now, and it's like, dude, Tennessee did that like 1,000 years ago. Get off it, man. Like, you guys are lame, dude. What do you got? Like, Trump didn't even know we were there. I was like, congratulations to Missouri. What was that whole situation after the Chiefs won? He's like, hey, oh no, he was Kansas.
What about the Super Bowl?
Like, hey, good job to Kansas.
That's another problem.
Not Missouri.
Not to complain too much about Missouri, but also Kansas City is in Missouri, but it's in Missouri, but it's Kansas City. So it's always a tad confusing to me.
I've grown through Missouri, and that's about all I've done in Missouri. Let me tell you, you can't get out of there fast enough. It's just cold and
There's a lot of
cows.
them states.
I'm just trying to get up to 88 miles an hour. It's 1985.
Just
all
tell
right?
me this. Tell me this. If you step back 15 feet from the board, and I don't know what you kids do in school now, but back in my day, they had a roll down map. Teachers walk in, you pull the map down and roll down. There's the United States. What do you see? Maybe you see Texas. Maybe you see Florida. You see Michigan. Every single time, right? The Mitten State.
You mean like where your eyes are drawn on the map?
Yeah, it's the best. It's the best. Die Hard 2, filmed here. Thank you. Like, I mean, come on.
Best football
Like,
team in the universe.
We are national champions.
We do have the Dog Man, which is the best mythical creature out there.
Well, he's
I don't-
real.
It depends if it's
He's real.
mythical.
You
It's
guys
debatable.
Chupacabra down there in Arizona, New Mexico, wherever. Like, cool.
We
suck
also-
on a goat. Like, intimidating. What does he weigh? 30 pounds?
Kind of like the Mothman or whatever from Missouri.
Oh man! What about the New Jersey Devil? Trevor spent some time in New Jersey. That's
Deal with the devil over there?
coming to you
Oh,
for
yeah, we had the
season
Devil.
2. We're
And
going
we
to
had-
talk about Wendigos and Skinwalkers.
Oh,
hey,
God.
and if you want, we could take we get that Winnebago going.
Weird.
We turn this straight into
Yeah.
Sasquatch Hunter.
I feel like
Porch beers
Wendigos.
on the road.
I feel like Wendigos would be attracted to Winnebagos. It's such a close
Whoa.
title.
Yeah,
They-
we're gonna
they
need
might
some
live in
sage.
those.
We're gonna.
We are open to talk about whatever topics you guys have out there, too.
Oh, yeah.
So
Fire it
feel
up.
free to leave it in the comments
Oh.
or like and share and tell us what we need to do better because we are open for suggestions.
Yeah, let's do some haunted houses, like whatever you
Haunted
got.
houses, whatever you guys can throw at us,
Oh,
we're
yeah.
willing to take.
And we'll come there.
We'll come there.
Yeah.
You-
What-
you guys
Randy's the only one
you?
doing the Ouija board.
Oh yeah, here we go. Yeah, I'm just making sure to say goodbye. That's about it. You know,
Yeah, right.
I don't need that thing following
No.
me
We just
home.
need to wrap this up and leave it here.
Let me see this. So, speaking of that, and probably we've been burning your ears up for too long. When we were in high school, we used to just get our rocks off on that haunted stuff, and we still do. I think it's wild. There is something there.
Whether you believe or not, you've seen something happen.
There's
that's out of the
something
ordinary.
that goes bump in the night, and we used to spend a lot of time. Alpena's a small town. The place to go was Burger King for lunch in high school.
Oh,
This
of
guy,
course.
his advertisements were at the door. They're on the placemats. Alpena Paranormal. So we thought, we're gonna call this guy. We're gonna see what's going on, and we tormented this poor guy. And we'll save it for another episode. We'll we'll dive into
Oh,
it.
yeah.
But this guy had his phone number and stuff on there. We tormented this guy to the point where we were on the board, like the board of interest at the state police, with these people prank calling this guy. And we used to tell this guy weekly, we'd call him and say, our farm animals are making weird noises, and every time I go out to the barn, there's this ghostly figure just jerking my goat off. And this guy would just get fired up. Just, you damn kids, he's like,
One
just,
time.
This is terrible. We are sorry to whoever Alpena Paranormal was,
Yeah.
but
I'm sure they ran a great operation, but
Oh,
we were
we
also
probably fixed a
16
lot of
years old or
families.
15
Yeah,
years old
yeah.
or whatever. and
could you at least
we
look
were
back
eating-
and laugh?
Yeah.
That's all we ask. I mean,
You
we
know?
were just trying to have a fun game. Hopefully, you can just laugh.
And
about
also, those poor
Probably.
goats were getting jerked off. I can verify it.
big
not
erections.
by me. Also, though.
No.
It was a ghost. Okay,
Yeah.
it was a ghost.
Yeah, that's right.
It was a
In
ghost.
a
They
green
called-
suit, fucking just
They
giving
do.
it to this
They
goat.
called Trevor the milkman. Actually, I heard this on a news
I always
broadcast.
deliver.
When we pulled into Sturgeon Bay one time to get the boat fixed, they had a news broadcast and they were talking about, like local hearings and stuff. And there was a guy that was welding on our vessel, and he says, that guy they just had on the radio, he got caught. He was moving county to county jerking off prize horses. And I'm like, oh, no shit. Like, I'm thinking he's stealing seed for, like, a racehorse. Like, this guy's trying to fix a game. So I'm like, oh, really? Like, I mean, is he from, like, some kind of prestigious family? Like, he's like, no. He's just, like, stroking horses.
Oh my god.
Like, man, this is some insider stuff. Like, no way. You just go farm to farm and wait for the security light to kick on and, like,
But how did this welder know he was just doing it just for fun?
It might have been him.
That also inside
See,
info.
that changes the story.
Could you just imagine? I got an anonymous tip.
You guys got any horses? There's a horse
Oh, no.
jerker on the loose.
And I just want to let you know that he might be coming for them.
That's a good ending to the episode.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna call her an end
Yeah.
here. This is Porch Boys. I'm Randy.
Porch beers.
Porch beers.
But we are.
And we are
Porch
boys. Drinking
Porch
Porch
Boys
beers.
drinking Porch beers.
Yeah.
I'm Randy.
I'm Joe.
And I'm Trev.
And we've had a good time. Thank you. Tune in. Hopefully, there's more to come. Bear with us. Not every episode we filmed in the dining room, but we're currently under a flood warning. It's rained for like 3 days. After Randy finishes, he'll probably build us another ark. We'll get out of here. We will film on. Thank you.
Next app coming from the Ark.
Yeah, we need likes and comments on what to talk about next. I mean, we're open to talk about whatever.
Any topic.
Whatever topics you guys have, I don't care how weird or strange they are, we are willing to talk about it. So, we'll see you guys later. Have a good night.
There, guys.
That one went long as shit.